Hello, my name is Andy, and I am a minister at Trinity of Christ Church, and we're doing a Bible series in Genesis, and we're doing Genesis 17 today. I hope you'll enjoy and follow along, and I thank you for attending, and if you like what you see, please hit the like button, subscribe, or share, and we should have a good Bible session today. Let us begin. The covenant of circumcision. When Abraham was 99 years old, the Lord appeared to him and said, I am Almighty, walk before me faithfully and be blameless. Then I will make my covenant between me and you, and will greatly increase your numbers. Abraham fell face down, and God said to him, As for me, this is my covenant with you. You will be the father of many nations. No longer will you be called Abram. Your name will be Abraham. For I have made you a father of many nations. I will make you very fruitful. I will make nations of you, and kings will come from you. I will establish my covenant as an everlasting covenant between me and you, and your descendants after you, for the generations to come, to be your God, and the God of your descendants after you. The whole land of Canaan, where you now reside as a foreigner, I will give as an everlasting possession to you and to your descendants. After you I will be their God. So, this is the beginning of our faith, the beginning of the promise, the covenant that God makes with Abram, who is now going to be called Abraham. You'll see that in a minute. The very important things to be seen in here is that, one, whenever there's a major change in life, there's usually a name change. And so Abram is called Abraham. And he's told he's going to be the father of many nations. And he is. But not in the way he may have thought. He is the father of all the believers in the world, many nations throughout the world. He will be fruitful, and he will make nations, and kings will come from him. And the most important king of all is Jesus. He will establish this covenant and be an everlasting covenant between Abraham and his descendants for generations and generations to come. And he promises that he will give the land of Canaan to Abraham's descendants. He doesn't say he'll give it to Abraham, but he says he will give it to their descendants. Let's continue. Then God said to Abraham, As for you, you must keep my covenant, you and your descendants after you, for the generations to come. This is my covenant with you and your descendants after you, the covenant you are to keep. Every male among you shall be circumcised. You are to undergo circumcision, and it will be the sign of the covenant between me and you. For the generations to come, every male among you who is days old must be circumcised, including those born in your household or bought with money from a foreigner, those who are not your offspring. Whether born in your household or bought with your money, they must be circumcised. My covenant is in your flesh, is to be an everlasting covenant. Any uncircumcised male who has not been circumcised in the flesh will be cut off from his people, for he has broken my covenant. Again, I'm going to stop and talk about this. It makes it clear, now maybe not completely clear, but it makes it much more clear that the covenant that God is making with Abraham is for his children, but also his household, and that includes foreigners who he bought as slaves. They were all to be circumcised. They were all to be considered part of his household, and were to be considered a part of their people. And if someone refused to be circumcised, they would be cut off from God and from his people. Now, those that are not direct family members who were slaves, they were the Gentiles that were grafted into the family. And so God's plan included the Gentiles from the beginning. I'm sure there would be some who would argue with me about that, but I think it's clear enough that even before Jesus and before Moses, God had a plan to save the world. Let us read on and see what else he has in store. God also said to Abraham, "As for Sarai your wife, you are no longer to call her Sarai. Her name will be Sarah. I will bless her and will surely give you a son by her. I will bless her so that she will be the mother of nations. Kings of peoples will come from her." Now Abraham fell face down. He laughed and said to himself, "Will a son be born to a man of 100 years old? Will Sarah bear a child at the age of 90? And God said to him, "If only Ishmael might live under your blessing." Then God said, "Yes, but your wife Sarah will bear you a son, and she will call him Isaac. I will establish my covenant with him as an everlasting covenant for his descendants after him. And as for Ishmael, I have heard you. I will surely bless him. I will make him fruitful and will greatly increase his numbers. He will be the father of 12 rulers, and I will make him into a great nation. But my covenant I establish with Isaac, whom Sarah will bear to you by this time next year." When he had finished speaking with Abraham, God went up from him. On that very day, Abraham took his son Ishmael and all those born in his household, or bought with his money, every male in his household, and circumcised them, as God told him. Abraham was 99 years old when he was circumcised, and his son Ishmael was 13. Abraham and his sons Ishmael were both circumcised on that day. And every male in Abraham's household, including those born of his household or bought from a foreigner, was circumcised with him. Now, there's quite a bit in here. It seems like whenever there's a major change in faith or major change in people, they get a name change, and Sarai becomes Sarah, as Abram became Abraham. And so, the covenant is established, and God has spoken, and he blesses Ishmael, who is not part of the covenant, because it was right. And he blessed Isaac, who was part of the covenant, to establish the permanent covenant with the people of Israel, the people of Abraham. So Ishmael cannot complain because he was left out. He was also blessed. When he finished speaking with Abraham, God went up from him. I could imagine the scene. God rising back up into the heavens. But Abraham didn't waste a moment. He went right to the fact of having himself and his family and household to be circumcised. And once again, he includes not just his family, but also the foreigners who he bought and brought into his household. They would symbolize the Gentiles. And so we see that God had a plan for the Gentiles from the very beginning. Well, God bless. I hope you enjoy your day. And if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to see more, go to trinityofchrist.org.